Okay. I'm not sure if I just silented that. I don't know if I sped that up. I don't know. But at the very bare minimum, at least I figured maybe this can do something for me. Like I alerted you. Heyo. I made the big explosion happen. Maybe you should go check it out. Maybe you should go check it out. No, you're just going to... Okay, cool. It really did seem like the type of thing that would totally work. Let's maybe try one more time. Post the gel all up in this thing. Get real close and stuff. Seriously, have this thing explode. Oh, nuts to it. No, no, Batman, you absolute goddamn moron. Ugh. I am the worst at stealth. Oh, great. 3 of them, all right here. I was gonna try and maybe grab one of them. Doesn't look like that was ever an option. Fantastic. Already been shot, so it's not like I'm showing off in any capacity. I keep pressing the A button to jump out. It doesn't seem to do anything. Thank God that one guy decided to not look this direction. That was incredibly lucky. Oh, they'll check in grates if a nearby... Oh, great. Well, I'm glad that they at least bothered to tell me that. Yep, jump off before it explodes. Get hurt by it exploding. That works too, I guess. Doing my best. All right. Yep, that's definitely exactly what I was trying to do. This entire situation is immensely frustrating, and I cannot put to words just how badly it is bothering me, how bad I am at this. But I suppose the one thing I do have going for me is at least I have a degree of tenacity. No matter how badly I screw everything up, I will continue until I eventually figure it all out and accomplish my goals. Of course, if the 3 of them are going to be stuck to each other at the hip, I don't see how I'm ever going to be able to do anything like that. I somehow didn't see that. Okay. Luckily for me, this guy decided that it would be a great idea to strike out on his own. Always the single dumbest thing they could do. Alright, now here's hoping that the collar goes off and they decide, hey, let's go check those out and put our backs to this particular area. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Run on over here. The unconscious body is right over yonder. Nothing to even think about. Yeah, he does have a lot of cameras. It'd be weird if he was lying. At least about that specific thing. Okay, please knock him out in time for me to knock out this other guy. And thank you! All right. What a pain. All right, now, the direction I need to go, that way. Let's go that way. Might have to clear out the entire damn room and not just sneak through. I haven't the slightest, but whatever. Oh, hang on. Okay, okay, okay. I see what I need to do. It was just silly, 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 and completely forgot. Here we go. This thingy. There we go. All right. Yep, hang on, hang on. There we go. That's one. That's 2. Hang on. There we go. And that's 3. Turn that bullcrap off, and there we go. Because realistically, I feel like I could have snuck my way through this entire room without having to fight anybody. I guess the implication is we wanted to prevent people from coming into the room that I go into, and, you know, prevent myself from getting swarmed, perhaps. Personally, I don't buy it. I really don't. But, fine. Took more attempts than I'm happy about, but I did it. Oh. You know, if I wasn't choking on fear toxin gas right before this, I would have actually probably thought something was going wrong here. But I was clearly coughing, and all of the visual distortions, yeah. What an incredibly interesting fear toxin hallucination. Recreation of the beginning of the game, but everything's all wonky wonky. Alrighty then.
He don't look so big and
Oh.
scary now, does he, Mr.
Now I am controlling the Joker. Of course I am. Well, this is surreal. I'm not sure if that was meant to be Scarface the ventriloquist puppet or just a puppet that the Joker had.
Get me out of this thing! Keep those mouths shut! Batman! Batman, can you hear me? They're taking us outside!
Hey, sweetups, you're gonna miss the party.
Gotta help her! Help her, please!
This is a very intricate hallucination.
Just got to check your prisoner, dear.
Whatever. Just be quiet. It's not looking too good.
No, he's not. We really should feel sorry for him. He never fully got over his parents' death. It left him quite insane.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What is going on inside your head, Wayne? He's gone. Just a twisted shell of a man.
I mean, more of a man than anyone else currently in the room. Whoa, screaming.
He's all yours, Joker.
Oh, goody. Come on, Mr. J, we're ready.
I've waited a long time for this, Bats. Let's start the party with a bang.
Yeah, as if the Joker would kill Batman so incredibly conveniently. Use the middle stick to dodge Joker's gunfire? The middle stick? That's not a thing. There is no middle stick. Well, alright then. That's certainly something that just happened. Yep. I've seen a lot of weird-ass stuff, but that's a new one. Hey, could you maybe not? No? I'm just meant to look at that and be creeped out? Okay. Oh. It's a good thing that while in the middle of this absolute horror freak show, I'm still fully capable of using all of my various gadgets. Oh, it's just me, Scarecrow. Sure am looking forward to getting to punch you in the head. Alright, time for another sneak about the Scarecrow section. No problem, I've got it. There we go. Just gotta get our kneel downs correct. Just gotta get all of our runs and guns.
What are you trying to do?
Really just survive long enough to be able to get out of this situation. Okay. Look, I'm willing to get beat up by a lot of things, but it ain't gonna be about spooky, scary skeletons, I'll tell you that much. And Batarang! Batarang! Why are Batarangs not nearly as good of a physical weapon as they should be? I mean, seriously. And then just running!
Recent successes with Bruce Wayne.
Running again! There we go.
Have cemented our reputation as a pioneering slaughterhouse.
Honestly, I don't know if I'd call Batman a split personality.
Real progress. Body seems to enjoy his work, so what the hell?
The offshoot, you know, facade he puts on as Bruce Wayne could be seen as a guy's... I mean, it's a very... it's all very loud, and I want to get my thought across, is that, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when you compare him to, say, Superman, Superman is the alter ego. Clark Kent is the man. Whereas it's the opposite with Batman. Batman is Batman. Bruce Wayne is the disguise on that one. Bruce Wayne made it painfully clear that when his parents died, so did Bruce Wayne. So that's just sort of an interesting little disguise he wears to keep people away from him and yet still reap the benefits of his incredibly generous inheritance. But, yeah, I wouldn't call it a split personality. Batman is in full, complete control of his faculties when he's, you know, in both guises, as it were. If it were a split personality, he wouldn't be able to keep this entire situation handled as well as he does. He'd be a lot more like Two-Face. In fact, I'm willing to bet that Two-Face is specifically supposed to be, like, you know, his counterpoint in that particular instance. Like it could be said that a lot of Batman's villains are sort of dark, twisted, mirrored versions of him if he had gone down certain different paths. I feel like Two-Face is actually the you know, the very apt description of that, you know, if Batman was messed up in a different way specifically, he'd be more like Two-Face is. Which is probably why, for some reason, when Two-Face was quote-unquote rehabilitated, Bruce Wayne actually left Gotham in charge. He left Two-Face in charge of it for a while. It went horribly, horribly wrong because, you know, Two-Face was still, you know, not well, but, you know, not for lack of trying. Hey, Batman gave Two-Face a real shot, you know? All right, climb up before we get caught. And before we get... What? Okay, I was clearly not in his line of sight. How far back is that going to send me? Further back than I feel is really warranted, but alright. Okay, fine, I guess. I suppose it's not too bad. Impatience. Impatience! Yeah. Do I look like I'm in any mood for your monologuing? Because I'm not. Look, I'll give you credit. This is one of your better and spookier designs, but you're still a man wearing a burlap sack for a hat. So, I mean... I don't know what the hell you want from me, man. Oh, you! His, you know, fear toxin stabby glove is pretty cool. Sure you will, buddy. Sure you will. I know Dr. Crane, good sir. And you're no Dr. Crane. Alright, we hide behind here. Let's take a... Yep, that's what I figured. And bada boom! Whoa, hello. You'd think he'd carry some kind of antitoxin on him at some point. You really would. Alright, I guess that was just stage one. Whoa.
The extra dose, little rat. Oh, I won't rush things this time. I'm going to save every moment of my terror as I slowly destroy you.
I mean, it's literally never worked before, but alright. I mean, this is, I mean, just straight up, this is your third attempt today.
You're fighting back. Good. It can only weaken your resolve.
Oh my god, is that a Titan skeleton that I'm gonna have to do the whole rigmarole with? Yes, it is! Okay, well, it's easier to deal with at least. Alright, that's not nearly as bad.
How much more do you think you can take? Does it scare you so that I have almost defeated you?
Is that really how you interpret the situation right now? Me beating the ever-loving tar out of a bunch of skeletons in this hellscape? And, you think you're completely in control, huh? I mean, don't get me wrong. You're doing better than most, probably, but you're still not winning. Also, why are you weak to my hallucinatorial bat signal lights? I'm not entirely sure how this weird fear dimension works.
How are you doing this? You've ingested enough toxins to drive 10 men insane. What are you?
I'm Batman.
Why fight it, Batman? You're as crazy as the rest of us. You need us as much as we need you. And to prove it, I'll flood the catacombs with enough fear gas to break the minds of everyone in Gotham for 100 years.
If you've been able to do that, why haven't you? That's gonna be my question of the day. At least it looks like I'm actually gonna be stopping Scarecrow by the end of this, though. It's gonna take a little bit, but hey, closer now than ever before. Much appreciated. Okay, well, going down is certainly incredibly simple. Tally whoop! I don't know, because a tripped out Killer Croc is somehow even more dangerous than the normal kind? The only thing I can imagine. And this entire area is pointless? Okay. Oh. I mean, an event leading to a room that serves no purpose, fine, but that being its only purpose? That's a little odd. Ooh, hello, what is all of this? The Scarecrow stuff? I'm not sure. Interesting. Although, ultimately, other than being kind of cool, still not exactly serving much of a point. Okay, well, let's see here. If I were to, say, go up just one layer... Yes. Okay, cool. Only one armed dude. Take care of him, and we're pretty much aces. And I ain't talking about Ace Chemicals. Nuck. Alright. Knock out the dude with the gun! Oh, he's a knife man. He's a blade man. All right, my bad. It was kind of hard to tell with the detective vision on. And boom shagalaga. Well, and the camera has gone full Nutter Butters. What do we got here?
Patient interview number 1.
So, I'm your first, am I, Tubs? You know what they say, you never forget your first time. I'll try to make it memorable for you.
Oh, you already have. Tell me, why do you do the things you do?
Why do you think I do it?
Fame, notoriety, a desire to stand out from the crowd, a wicked sense of
I actually take a small amount of umbrage with that one. Be it as it may, and I'm not the biggest Harley Quinn fan, as has been already established. First and foremost, it's always kind of been a staple that Harley's, accent, as it were, becomes significantly more pronounced in the Harley Quinn persona, whereas when she was, you know, still technically considered a sane and rational individual of Harleen Quinzel, she spoke with a more subdued manner. Now, I mean, I guess maybe that's just to make it obvious that it's her. I'll let that slide. But, it's shown here that she's almost immediately being swayed onto his side already. And if there's anything I know, it took a lot more effort than that to get her on his side. I mean, come on. She put up a small amount of mental resistance before she immediately threw in all of her cards with the Joker. Give her some modicum of respect in that regard. Come on. But I guess I understand. They're really just kind of condensing it down for the sake of nifty little collectibles that they can find. I mean, they don't need the whole true 100%, you know, I forget the name. Tragic Love, Fatal Love, something love. You know, the actual story of Harley Quinn. Which I will admit is a dark, depressing, and sad story that does make you sympathize with the character. I won't say that it's not. It's just, boy howdy, have recent years really soured me on the character in general. Initially, I mean, for what her purpose was, is just sidekick to the Joker. They really made her a big. They put a lot of effort into the backstory, into everything that made her who she is and whatnot. I get that. But recent years, I don't know. It seems like all they really see Harley Quinn as is basically just, hey, you know, she's a female villain. We can make her all the sexy types and she's clown. So whatever, you know. I feel like that's all they really use her for in media these days. It's just kind of aggravating. I mean, give the creators of the character a little more respect. Anyway, I sure wish I could remember specifically what it is that I was on such a little tirade. I had completely and totally forgotten what exactly that thing I blew up accomplished. Did it open it up? Ah, yes, I do believe it did. Hey, how's it going? Sure am glad you guys aren't holding guns, because I was not planning for a fight down here. Shut up. I am hitting you as hard as a Batman can physically hit a man. Why are you so resilient? Sheesh. Anyway, I feel like they kind of, ultimately, I'll just leave it at, I feel like they ultimately take what does make the character work away from her and just make her kind of a stooge. And because that, and they use that version of the character so frequently in other media that the actual nuanced and deeper version of the character seems like the outlier and not what should really be the norm. Is ultimately it, and that's what ends up bugging me in the end. Anyway, we can leave it at that. I mean, moving slightly on to a different sort of topic is the fact that all of Batman's villains can be deeply nuanced if you're willing to let them. Like, even the most innocuous and Garbo D-list tier villains you can think of can be made good. You think Calendar Man started out his career as something worth giving a damn about? No, sir. But they made him good. Mr. Freeze, that's an even better one. Mr. Freeze was just a guy with an ice gun. Now he's probably one of the most prolific and, deeply beloved Batman villains that there ever was. You just gotta put the effort in. And then they decide to use... They decide to keep the backstory, but cast Arnold Schwarzenegger to portray it? Are you kidding me? But, you know, that's an entirely different story. It's an entirely different rigmarole. I'm just saying, sometimes these movies... And I'm sorry, I cannot get over it. Bane is a large Hispanic man. Why was he portrayed by a spindly Englishman with a respiratory issue? That's just so weird. I mean, okay, we're trying to be more realistic and woo, but look, did you see Harvey Dent in those movies? His face was torn out completely off, and somehow he was able to just live normally that way. Also, I think that's just a door that I should be walking through. Yes, everything is totally normal and obvious and whoop-de-doop-de-doo, but, you know, Bane, oh, that's too outlandish. We can't use things like Venom. He can't be Hispanic. He's a luchador? That's silly. Man dressed up as a bat solving crimes? Yeah, you know, yeah, we need more realism in that.
Please don't do that again, Mr. Cash. It's not helping. I'm sorry that I did that. What can we do if you insist on hospitalizing 3 dogs?
Strap on whatever you like, Doc. This thing just tickles.
The screams of pain would say otherwise.
Wait for the bat. He'll be back, and I'll kill him. And then Cash. Then you. And you'll do it. Now get him. Now.
Not for lack of trying on Killer Croc's part. I mean, I'll give him credit. Dude does his best with what he's got, but, what he's got really isn't that impressive. You know, that's another character who could be a lot better, if given the right material. Most often than not, Killer Croc is depicted as just a, you know, crazy crocodile man who will eat your face.
Too late, Batman. One step closer, and this goes into the water. The cave will fill with your deepest, darkest nightmares, and you will never reach your precious venom roots.
Don't do it, Crane.
Oh, that's monstrously convenient. All right then. That puts the kibosh on all of Scarecrow's plans, I guess. Okay then. I don't know. I don't know why he decided to attack Scarecrow like that. Maybe he's going off purely off of instinct or something, or I don't know. But I feel like given the option, and he was aware of his situation, he would have gone after Batman, and you know, not Scarecrow. They don't exactly have a similar build or outfit. Yeah, I hear ya.